Hello, my beautiful risers and prosperity builders. Welcome to Poetry and Perspective with Placide. I am your kind hostess, Cindy Placide. As always, I'd like to welcome everyone to the show. Thank you for being here to support us and to be able to share in our lives and to be a part of this amazing movement that I am so part of. Welcome to all guests who belong to, who know about my guest tonight. But tonight I'm going to let you all know a bit about myself if you do not know who I am. My name is Cindy Placid. Like I said, I am from the beautiful island of St. Lucia in the Caribbean. Okay, so if you know anything about St. Lucia, look it up. I am an author, poet, advocate. I advocate for mental illness. I advocate for autism. I advocate for domestic violence. I advocate for what is the other one again? Okay, yes. I'm always gonna have this brain freeze, and so I advocate for so many other things. I advocate for breast cancer, for rape and rape and sexual abuse and assault, and so many others. Because I talk about all of these issues because I believe that so many of us are facing these issues. We also talk about different issues that are not so prevalent, like people don't see it, as prevalent as these others that I mentioned, but they are there and they exist. Okay. So I am an author and poet of two amazing books. Okay. Did I say two? Oh no, three amazing books. My first book is entitled When Life Stood in Silence. When Life Stood in Silence. And I'm gonna put it on the screen for you to see. When Life Stood in Silence. My second book is entitled A Mighty Calm. And my third book is entitled What the Skies Told Me. Okay, so these are three amazing poetry books, and my first book is an autobiography in poetry where I talk about my my mental illness, where I was at the lowest point in my life and I was trying to take my life and I didn't want to live anymore. Okay, that was where I was at that point. But today I'm in a better place. So my second book, A Mighty Calm, shows my strength to get out of the situation that I was in, and to develop myself into a powerhouse. And that's what I'm aiming for, to be a powerhouse, to motivate, inspire, and encourage others to be the best person that they can be despite the circumstances. So I'd like to say hello to some of the friends we have so far. Tammy, Cherie, welcome. Tanya Shenzi, I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. And thank you so much for being on Poetry and Perspective with Placid. Now give me 1 second because I need to get my folks on Facebook on here, and I have to do it on my phone manually. So give me 1 second, okay? I always have to do the privacy settings. I don't know to public, so I am doing that right now. So we are okay, people. We are here. Yes. Okay. So, yes. Tonight, we are going to speak to one of my newest sisters. I met her when I went to Chicago on this, speaking about domestic violence. And I can tell you the calmest and beautiful soul that you can meet. She is an amazing person. And she inspired me. She didn't even know just by listening. So I'd like you to welcome my guest from Vendi. Vendi, am I saying it right? Vendi Media? Her name is Veronica and Davis. Please welcome to the show, Veronica and Davis. Hello,
Hi.
beautiful. How
Hi.
are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yes, you didn't know you were my new sister, right?
I did. I like that though.
How are you doing tonight? How was your day? How are you doing?
It was a long day, but it was a good day. I'm groovy. It's it's been interesting new web design projects, so
Oh,
keeps me busy.
absolutely. And
Yeah.
you look amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Amazing. Welcome, sweetheart. All right. So, sweetheart, please tell the viewers a little bit about who Veronica is, where you came from. And I'm going to get into a little bit of everything. I'm gonna get into food as well. So get ready. I always ask about food.
I'm just gonna be like sushi. Like what? What?
Don't let the cat out of the bag yet, okay? So just tell a bit about yourself, where you're from, and so forth, and we're gonna continue from there.
Well, I grew up 15 minutes outside of Chicago in Maywood, and I was there for what 27 years of my life, 28. So
Okay.
I'm only 32 now. So that is my original stomping ground. That's where
Mhm.
I experienced everything that I told you about that we'll talk about today.
Okay.
Um, Pretty simple girl. I've been writing forever. That's why we bonded, you and I,
Hmm.
because literature is more important to me than anything else. But again, another day for that. I
Absolutely.
Yes, and I just been working hard my whole life. What else is there?
I know you gotta leave.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So Veronica, you said you were writing all your life. Please tell us, what do you write?
I write fiction of
Okay.
like I call myself a multi-genre author because I can't
Mhm.
settle on just one category. So I've done
Okay.
sci-fi, drama, a little bit of funny in the drama,
Mm.
so you don't cry all the time.
Ooh.
Yeah. Thrillers
Mm.
like crime.
Thriller?
Yeah, yeah. I got a little dark with that one.
Oh goodness.
But
So listen, when I'm gonna be ready to do my screenplay and everything, you go, I know who to call now.
yes, I used to be. I did a play like 10 years ago now, and I used to be in theater, so I'm ready for that. I used to script write for fun. So
Oh wow.
yes,
That's amazing.
I love
So
writing.
wow. So where can we get your books?
Amazon, Barnes and Noble. Uh, they are also available on Kindle. Obviously, I mean, how can you not?
Young lady,
Yeah.
you told me everything about book design. You know I'm an author, so I would like to see your books, and you didn't send me a picture of your books.
And I design my own covers too,
Oh,
so I love
nice,
everything
nice.
because I don't really like to have too many hands on my projects. Like
Uh-huh.
my sister acted as my editor, and she's
Hmm.
an avid reader, so that was fun. Yeah.
Awesome, 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 awesome. Let's say hello to Benjamin Wang. He has
Oh, hi,
but
Benji.
eyes of love. A Banks, and he has hot, hot, hot. So I always
Mhm.
like to say hello to my viewers, to acknowledge them, because I believe without them the show would be nothing, and there wouldn't be any purpose because we'll be talking to ourselves. So
Yes.
I like to thank the viewers once again for coming on here and to support Veronica and to support, of course, this show. Thank you so much. Welcome on my side, Viewfort South. Thank you so much for being on here. That's where I'm from. Viewfort, hi. How you doing?
I'm
And
like trying to
also,
say hi with one hand over here, and I
yes,
put friends weird.
okay. And Free Spirit Kandra is watching. Hi, sweetheart. How are you? Such a pleasure to have you on here. Okay. And we got to talk, girlfriend. Free Spirit Kandra. Yes. Okay. So yes, sweetheart. So you are from Chicago and you're an author. I'm gonna find your books for them to see. Yes.
Mm.
So you said you were a fiction writer,
Yeah,
okay? So aside from being a fiction writer, what else do you do, darling?
I am a web designer, graphic designer, and photographer for interior spaces.
Oh wow.
Yeah, luxury interior is what I love. Those are
Oh,
always captivating spaces.
that is gorgeous.
I love everything gorgeous.
Wow, well, you are gorgeous. Yes. So tell us your journey into web designing. What took you from what you did before, and what took you from that space into the world of web designing?
Well, honestly, I started web design when I was 10 years old. It
Mm-hmm.
was a passion I had right away. I used
Okay.
to design on GeoCities with Photoshop that was hijacked.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
It's what it is. I had to do what I had to do. Like,
Yeah.
so I was CS2 back then when you could just have the program. But
Yes.
um,
Yes.
I, and I've been writing just as long. I've been writing since I was 8. So I did those things together. And I used to design my own websites. And when I
Mm-hmm.
got into that, I started designing websites for friends. And I started a company when I was 16. And I was just
Oh,
like, it wasn't official. It was just something I did for fun.
Okay.
And after college, I got a job at a family-owned company that was local, and I did all of that, like, and taught myself several
Mhm.
other skills on top of that, from photography to Google SEO, all of that stuff, newsletter designs, HTML, everything. So I
Now,
became
go ahead.
everything for that company.
Wow, these words are foreign to me because I don't anything. Yes, but it's interesting. It's interesting. Yes, I'm open to learning. Okay, so let me say hello to Facebook user. I think that's my cousin Malisha Martha. Good night, sweetheart. How are you doing? She said good night, good morning. She said good morning, Cindy. Okay, it's morning. We'll take it. Good
Right.
morning, Cindy and guest. And also Beaufort South said big up. Okay, yes. So that was where you were. So from you said 13.
8, 10. Yeah,
8.
yeah.
Oh, I even took
I
you a
have
couple
not
of years.
changed.
Wow. So tell us a little bit more. Elaborate a little bit more about
About
that
like getting
particular
into the
stage. Yes,
professional workforce.
yes, yes.
Well, like I said, it was a family-owned company that I worked with for 8 years, and
Mm-hmm.
just right out of college. So there I started with just graphic design, and it turned into marketing, and they turned me into their social media manager. So I was
Mm-hmm.
wearing like 12 hats.
Mm-hmm.
And, when you make something look easy, obviously people will see how much more they can get.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're young and you're excited, you don't really acknowledge that part of it, like that
Mm-hmm.
being maxed out. So it's like in the moment you're grateful, but then as time goes on, you start to see like I could do bad all by myself. Like I could separate from this and do
Mm-hmm.
something where I can help more people, but also get what I'm worth that way instead of being
Mm-hmm.
locked into something where I hit a ceiling and it's over.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay. So what was the work atmosphere like?
it was it was one of those spaces where it's family owned and operated. So family was the baseline. Like it
Mm-hmm.
was very calm atmosphere overall. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
families have disagreements, but I never felt like I myself was in a toxic situation. It
Mm-hmm.
was actually, I don't know if you heard that, but my cat is trying to open a cabinet. Molly's like, pay attention to me.
Okay.
So again, the atmosphere was very like familial. It was very much like feeling like a little sister. That was the
Mm-hmm.
dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
Because the sister that was managing me was so much like my sister Tammy that I was
Mm-hmm.
just like, it felt like home to me at the time.
Okay.
Again, it wouldn't be till years later that I started to unravel what that conditioning really was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what was that for you?
Networking and meeting people like yourself. I started meeting women who were wiser than me and a bit more mature in age than me that were able to see who I was before I could.
Mm-hmm.
And they had well intentions. So they were basically telling me, like, you understand that the more people you meet, you create a team of people who can elevate you and
Mm-hmm.
educate you. And oh, Lucita is so sweet. Um, and then you'll be able to separate from the company that's keeping you small, that's keeping you in that
Mm-hmm.
mentality. Because I developed a money wound as well
Okay.
because of being underpaid. So I didn't know how to price myself. I didn't know how to market myself because, when you have a humble energy, you don't
Mm-hmm.
realize how you shine.
Oh, yes, yes. So basically, from our conversation, okay, and I hope you're comfortable with me talking about it.
Uh-huh.
If at any time you want me to stop, just let me know that, okay, I don't want you to talk about this, okay? But I'll give you that respect whether or not you want to. Lucita Jean-Pierre, hi, sweetheart, how are you? Say hello to my beautiful sister, Veronica Davis. She is our web designer, owner of Vendi Media, so she's here with us tonight. Martha Weaver, how are you doing, sweetheart? Okay, so yes, from our conversation, you felt you were belittled, that you did not, you were not treated for what you are worth. You are not, am I saying that right?
Yeah, financially, yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
So how did you, she said Veronica blessings. So how did you figure that out? Was it
Again,
some kind of a discrimination towards you? Was it a black company? I'm going to go straight up. Was it a black or white company? What happened?
it was
We
an
want to know
Italian
your
owned
journey.
company.
Was that?
It was an Italian owned company.
Oh,
And I was one of two black people there. The
okay.
accountant and myself, who is a lovely woman,
Mm-hmm.
that I adore. And I was
Mm-hmm.
very grateful to be there with her because it did feel like she left a little bit before me, and I was like, "Oh God, I'm by myself." But again, figuring that out, I met a wonderful woman named Phyllis who helped me see my own worth
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't think there was anything beyond that company. Because getting a job was never easy for me.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, "Have you ever stopped to think that maybe that's the point, that you're supposed to create something greater than what you're doing right now?" And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, "I don't know how to do that." I was like, "Legit, I'm black. How am I supposed to do that?" Like everything works against us. We get so much pushback. And then, when the people around you don't understand what your mission is, they'll be like, "Why are you working so hard? Why are you pushing so hard? Why won't you give up?" And that weighs on you too. And you're just like, "What am I doing and how do I do it?"
Exactly, because you have a vision that nobody understands, nobody sees but you.
Yeah, and there's a calling on your life that people love to say it, but with me, I've learned it to be true
Mm-hmm.
because nothing about me goes in the way that it does for other people. Like I watch people and they're able to job hunt and get a job right away. And I was trying for 2 straight years and couldn't get anything. And I'm like, I did more than just my arena. I was like, I'll be a customer service rep. Then I was like, maybe not.
Jump into the boat with me because that's how I feel.
I, I was like, I think that's not it. Because what ended up happening was, again, this wonderful woman, Phyllis, who kind
Mm-hmm.
of acted as my mentor
Mm-hmm.
before I even really acknowledged her that way.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, "You have been put in a position where at this job, not only are you underpaid, you don't, at the time, I didn't have health care, and I had been there 6 years at that point. And, you're underpaid, no health care, you didn't have a 401k, like you had nothing. So my
And you hold
mind,
on, you had a college degree.
uh huh, two, two. So this is what I mean. So in my mind, like it started as a great opportunity. You're right out of college, but as inflation is hitting and your check's not going up, and you always have to ask for a raise, and you're doing everything from managing the website to social media to graphic design to going to networking events, taking photography downtown, uh, going to another state to do more photography for them, and not being compensated properly, you don't realize it's taking a toll on your mind and your worth
Mm-hmm.
because you're delivering top-notch luxury content, but your salary is like a joke.
So basically, you as a person was being devalued, but they valued what you did.
Hmm. Hmm.
That is so wrong.
And then again, you're the social media manager, you're the brand voice, and it just got to a point where I couldn't determine what my worth was because I was being underpaid. So I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know what my contribution equated to financially. And that's
Mm-hmm.
something I would say it took me 2 full years to really figure out what
Mm-hmm.
that dollar is. Like my friend, through a wonderful friend, Casey, my friend Aaron, helped me process like what my worth was because I couldn't determine it.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So when did you, after you met with Phyllis and then she started to educate you on certain things, when did you did this decide, okay, well, what she's saying is making sense. I need to move from working for someone else to working for myself because you had all the qualifications, you
Yeah,
had all the experience.
yeah. And I am very grateful for that aspect. Like I got to see how incredible I am.
Mm-hmm.
But from the viewpoint of other people, like I met a lot of great people through that job, but it took a year and a half. because we were
Mm-hmm.
actually working on a project with someone together, and that's how I
Mm-hmm.
met her. So I was like, if I had not been there, I would have never met her. So
Mm-hmm.
again, that was kind of like, I don't know. I don't know if you're a religious person, but
I am.
I would say I would say it was very much like God was like, hey, if I give you the person, will you take the leap? And
Mm-hmm.
you'll be uncomfortable for a while because you got to figure this out, but it's worth it because you get to contribute in the way you're meant to, instead of
Mm-hmm.
feeling like you're obligated to people who are, unfortunately, they could be good people, but they're still gonna use you up and not give you what you need to survive. Because
Yeah.
I'll be 100% real with you right now. I was making $36,000 doing all of that. $36,000 a year doing all of that.
But if you were doing all of that, and you should have been paid more.
I know. And I also, because I was aware of how much income they had in the end, I
Mm-hmm.
was like, oh, that hurt too. Like
Mm-hmm.
that hurt too.
Wow. So you were basically being, they were wiping the floor with you.
Yeah. Yeah. So when I started quoting projects, I didn't know how. So I found a guy named Chris Joe who was in my arena, and he helped me with that as well. Because I was just like, how am I supposed to make money at this level that I need to sustain myself without knowing how what I'm worth?
Mm-hmm.
Because part of you does feel a little, I don't want to say the word worthless, but it's kind of, it's close enough.
Veronica, I totally understand where you are. Because when you are humble and you have a good heart, it's like, okay, well, this is what I have to do. I just do it because I need the money. But if we continue to think like that, everybody's going to walk over us. So we have got to develop, and that's why we click so much, because I saw so much of you in me. Okay, so much of you in me. I'm going like, we have got to develop a backbone
Yeah.
and speak up when we need to. Listen, everybody will do everything to me. I'm going, okay,
It
sure.
definitely walked the dragon in me, as I like to say.
Oh
Because now
yes,
I
and when
see
the dragon is woke, you can you can put out the
no.
fire.
I had a client who came to me like, well, not a client, but a potential lead that was just like, take this or leave it. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, negatory. Like, I'd rather
Mm-hmm.
have no money than deal with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I also had a client that was discriminatory because I was a Black woman and straight up told
Mm-hmm.
me, if you were an Asian man or an Asian woman, I would have worked with you.
Wow.
And I was like, okay. So you saw my work. That was before I had my photo on my website because people were like, why won't you put Black
Uh-huh.
owned and operated? I was like, because I
Mhm.
know who I'm dealing with.
Yes.
And as soon as I did that, I felt better. But
Mhm.
beforehand, again, meeting this individual, I'm like, so you like the work, you scheduled um, a consultation,
Mhm.
but once you saw me, it was a problem.
Oh,
And that was
wow.
a really big project. So I was like, not only did you just hurt me racially, but you really hurt me financially, but I'll replace you.
Yes. And it's sad when you know you are a lot of people, they don't like a lot of, it's sad we have so much discrimination in in this world. We are
Mhm.
discriminated as women, and to top it up, we discriminated as black women.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
Yes, and if you are highly intelligent, you've been discriminated against too. You highly educated, well, you're not supposed to know more than me. I'm this certain. It's sad.
Yes, because at the job that I was at, I
Mm-hmm.
also managed their blog and did their magazine ads, everything, all the
Mm-hmm.
collateral, videography, everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I had that encounter when we were meeting with Interior Design Magazine, and one of their people was looking at me like, "Why is she even in the room?" And
Oh
I
my.
was, I said, "Now I gotta flex because I need you to know that I'm not an ordinary individual, and I want you to know that I know that."
Hello.
So that was when I made it up in my mind that I was about to be leaving because I was like, you know what, I can do great things, but not here.
Mm-hmm.
And they did try to put me on retainer, but would not pay what I was worth.
Yep. Oh my goodness. So somebody asked me link her website and Martha Weaver. Yes. So she said link her website and discrimination because of your accent too. Yes, girl. They were discriminated on me. I have had people discriminate because of my accent. Oh, your accent is too heavy. I'm like, my accent. We can't understand you. I'm sorry.
It's so loud. When I met you, they were like, slow down, because you got excited. And I said, her voice is still beautiful,
Yes.
haters.
Now some people find it so sexy. Okay.
Mhm. They're like, talk some more.
Yes. So somebody asked to put the link for your website. So it's Vendi Media event. Give it to me so I can type it in.
Okay, I'll send that over here.
Go ahead.
Media.com. There you go. Right there in the, there you go.
Okay, so let me all right, there we go. I'm gonna oh, can I even copy it? I'm so not good with all of this, Veronica. You gotta help me. Yeah, that's why you come in, for you to help me in that aspect. Okay, I'm copying and paste for me to put it for the guests to see. Okay,
Okay,
so because we want them to go to your website and to be able to see what my girl has to offer. Okay, she's
everything.
amazing.
Let me help you.
Yes. Oh,
Also,
I did.
I take care of people, and you become my friend. Okay.
Yes, darling, because that's who she is. I'm telling you, we just met, and I just love this lady because she's amazing. So Tanya says Veronica's book, as I mentioned earlier, can also be found on Amazon. Okay, all right. I didn't, sweetheart, I didn't get it the first time because I didn't see the name. So now that you put the name, I'm going to look it up and I'm going to show it to the viewers. Okay. So I just posted it on the link. It says, did I? Yes.
Yeah, you got it.
Vendimedia.com. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, so I put it on there so for my viewers to see that my girl is doing some amazing things. Okay, so tell us a little bit about your tell us a little bit about. She said she's now my sweet friend already.
Oh,
You
Martha,
see, making friends,
I gotta
yes.
give you so many snuggles.
Yes. So tell us a little bit about your work, okay, as a photographer, web designer first. What does it entail?
All right, so you're gonna give me all. I get excited. Okay.
Please do. I want you to get excited.
I'm over here like, look, I should have got water because now I'm like dehydrated from how
You
excited.
can get up and go get
But
it.
I want to talk to my new friends. So,
Okay.
okay, so photography, generally, like if someone's reaching out to me, is that how you want to talk about it, like the process?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so on my website, you would hit contact now. You
Mm-hmm.
fill everything out there. I try to keep it detailed, but not so much that you're oversharing because I like to read your energy, see what you're like.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then we'll schedule a call or a Zoom so that
Mm-hmm.
we can see if we are good for collaboration. Because I've
Mm-hmm.
had situations where energetically we did not mesh. And I'm like, I have friends I can send you to when that happens because I
Mm-hmm.
don't want bad blood in any way.
Exactly.
And if I
Yes.
can sense that it's coming, I'm like, oh no, we don't fit well together. So there's that. Once we schedule a call or a Zoom and we discuss your project, I'll come out, I'll check it out, the space, wherever we're going. Because some people will just do it on the internet. No, I like to go, see, feel, touch. Also
Mm-hmm.
acknowledge natural lighting or lack thereof. So I know if I need my lighting. Usually I
Mm-hmm.
like natural lighting. But the commute for the first time is complimentary.
Mm-hmm.
But for the project itself, yeah, yes, Aaron, yes. For the project itself, um, I would charge for travel
Mm-hmm.
hourly, and then for the licensing of those photos.
I'm paying attention to, but I'm
I
smiling.
know.
I was like, if it don't fit, you must squeeze.
Yes, Aaron's
You
my buddy.
funny. Oh
He's,
my goodness. So go
he's
ahead.
yeah. But, but for photography, it's editing. That's everything. So
Uh-huh.
we get to use it everywhere for everything.
Oh wow.
And sometimes, depending on the kind of project it is, I'll help you write. content for a newsletter or a blog, because again,
Mhm.
as a writer, I know how to pull emotions from people pretty well. So
Mhm.
I can help with that. And as someone who was in luxury interior design in that sector for so many years, I know
Mhm.
the language. So I can help,
Okay.
especially when it's real estate related. Also, I took a class in real estate. So
Okay. Oh, what, girl, you're a Jackie of all trades. Welcome to the club. Yes, girl. So I wish I had pictures of, now that you're saying it, I wish I had pictures of your work.
mhm. It's on my website. It's in my the work gallery.
So tomorrow never came. What is your name? Your name on there?
Veronica N. Davis, as you see it on the screen.
I'm gonna pull it up for the audience to see.
Okay. When did I write that book? 10 years
I
ago? It's been a while. I'm working on my fourth one though. The one I was telling you about that I'm all excited, but I was also like I can't really talk about it yet. But
uh-huh.
I'll be back on your show in
Of
February.
course. What girl, we gotta talk about a lot of things, okay?
Because I'm coming full guns a blazing with that one. Like I'm excited.
Well, I'm excited too. So let
Yeah.
me show you one of her books, guys, because it is important as an author for me to be able to showcase other authors' work. I know we're talking about graphic designing and photography, so you talk about so
But I did that too for that. That's me.
yes.
Yeah.
Wow. So I'm writing a new book, so you gotta be my designer.
Come through, girl. Come
Okay. Listen. We are social. So,
through.
so you said a little bit of what the work entails, and your prices. Would you say that your prices are reasonable? You know, on my.
They're based on your company. So if you're a small company, I would give
Uh-huh.
you a smaller rate. It's a sliding scale because honestly, when I get big companies, I will have those companies pay for the little guy so that I can
Okay.
be there for more people because that makes life a lot easier for everyone else, but it also is fair to me,
Mm-hmm.
financially speaking. So I really do, like for instance, at that event I was at with you, I met three other people who needed services but could not afford, you know,
Mm-hmm.
what the worth of it is. But I was like, I believe in your dream. I got you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tomorrow Never Came was published in 2013. Don't quote me on it.
So there it is.
Yes.
That's her book,
That's,
guys.
that's a
Tomorrow.
teen drama right there.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
A young adult drama.
I love the book cover.
Thank you. It's
I
a
love
very thick book. My cousin called it a Bible, and I was like, no, don't do that. Don't do that.
Tomorrow Never Came. So this is Veronica's book, guys. So you gotta go check it out on Amazon tomorrow and look for Veronica Davis, and you're gonna find the rest of her books. Okay,
Yes.
you're gonna find the
Get
rest of her.
them because I'm
Mhm.
coming back. It's been a long time. Oh my
Yes, you have got to. So I know there's a lot more than just meets the eye with web designing. So how do you manage your workload? Because you talked about how doing so many different things. How do you manage your workload?
Um, I was just talking to my buddy about this. I'm very, very strict with my
Mm-hmm.
time management.
Mm-hmm.
Even when it's just to take a friendly phone call, I'll
Mm-hmm.
schedule it. So I've gotten to this point where I'm very meticulous with it because it allows my brain to know what's coming
Mm-hmm.
without any surprises. So with
Okay.
website design, what I do is I send the client a PDF with their expectations and my own, with a
Mm-hmm.
checklist, so you know what both sides should be doing at any given time, and also
Mm-hmm.
when to sign off on things like photography, content,
Mm-hmm.
colorways, all of that. Also, brand voice, everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I won't even make certain moves until you've given me the content I need. Because what I've found through time is when you don't do that, people take advantage of your time and they'll call you constantly. So I've
Mm-hmm.
alleviated that by having the call or Zoom on there. And I have
Mm-hmm.
it blocked out where you probably can't get me the day of, because I want
Mm-hmm.
you to sit with what you're asking me before we actually talk. Because
Oh,
often
nice.
you work it out yourself instead of
Mm-hmm.
coming to me and asking me to hold your hand. Because granted, when you're starting out, I will. But if you've been at this a while, no, I'm not holding your hand.
Exactly. And then you have to be very, you have to, the word I wanted to use, it just went straight right out of my brains. But you have to let people respect your work.
Hmm.
Okay,
And you're
because if you let them do, and I've learned that because I do hair as well. I do dreads, I do, hair braiding and whatever, whatever. Yes, I've been in that crazy stuff, all kind of stuff. So if you do not, and I used to be so lenient to people. Well, okay, what time works best for you? Is it okay? That's 11 o'clock, 11:30. They're not here. 12 o'clock. So I had to now. I had to make them put a deposit, and
hmm
if you're late, you gotta pay for extra time. So it keeps them accountable as well as it keeps you accountable.
yes, because up front, 50% down payment, I won't make a move until you send me money and sign
Mm-hmm.
the contract. Because if you don't, like you said, they will take advantage. And the
Mm-hmm.
other side of that is where with other companies, you have to call them and ask what's going on. With
Mm-hmm.
me, it's in black and white right in front of you. So if you call me and say, well, where's this? I'm going to say, look at your PDF.
Mm-hmm.
I
So
gave you
everything
everything.
is going to be in that PDF. So you're gonna be
Yes.
he's gonna explain to in detail what they need to do.
With dates,
Oh,
with time
nice.
frames. Because I don't want you to feel like you just gave me all that money and you're like, well, what's going on? You will see it real time what's going on. And if anything does come up, I will reach out to you.
Mm-hmm. It is very rare that you find a lot of people who are honest in what they do, but you are so transparent and you are so honest.
I can't help
I
it.
know.
I always
And
say like I always say to my family, I'm like, I'm not a good liar. So I have to move with integrity. Like
yes,
I can't have
yes.
it any other way.
Yes. And that's amazing because then that means I know everybody's not going to be as you are, but that means that you are practicing, good business, and that goes a long way.
Yeah.
That goes on. Yeah, Tanya says she's amazing. Yes, she is. I'm telling you, for just the day that I met her, just her vibe, the way she spoke, she was just calm and she just I felt her energy. I felt that she had so much more to offer. And our first conversation that day, I told her, I'm going to bring you on my show.
I didn't even get in the door good. She's like, so where's your card? I'm like, oh, so she trying to kidnap me. What's going on? And I wasn't even expecting that kind of event. I thought it was like women empowering women, period. And then you were like, the things you all went through. I said, well, I have not been through these things, but I will hug all of you. And I met so many beautiful women who are involved in major companies. And I'm just like, look, I would have known you went through that, especially you. I'm
Mhm.
just like, I don't want to cry on here. Like,
And the thing that got me with you, you were minimizing your experience.
cause especially in that room, all of y'all was like, y'all devastated me, and
And
I'm
I
just
had to
like,
tell and I had to tell you, your experience is no different. It's just that in a different form. You understand? We got
yeah,
the physical, we got a lot of things, but you got mentally because I'm sure that had a toll on your mental state.
yeah, because again, like if when I think about, thank you for that, by the way. When I
Yeah.
think about when I started out, because I founded my company in 2019, but I did not take it seriously until a year ago
Okay.
because I quit that job 2 years ago, and I
Mm-hmm.
was like trying to fix my brain because oftentimes when I work with any company, you're getting more than what you asked for. And I had to learn how to turn that into financial value instead of because you do things on autopilot. And I didn't want to price myself out, but I also didn't want to take advantage of myself because what you get from me is greater than what you think. Because you're getting peace of mind, literally. Like companies say it, they love to say it, but they do not mean it. And I mean it.
Listen to you. My son is making noise in the background, so I have to mute
He's
myself.
he's like, Mom, pay attention to me.
Listen, this boy is looking for his food, so
Oh,
he's jumping up
he
on
said,
the
"See, you
on
gotta
the
stop
plate.
playing games."
Yes. Yes. So yeah, yeah. What got to me is that you were so humble and you are minimizing your experience. Let me tell you, when you being treated wrongly, people are taking advantage of you, and you cannot get what you worth, and people are making you feel worthless, even if you know you have a lot to give. That's not a nice place to be mentally. That is not a nice place to be.
Hmm. That's it. It honestly shocked me when I started networking with people in my industry who
Mm-hmm.
did, no offense to anyone, but
Mm-hmm.
my work level and my delivery, the speed of it, the quality was top notch, and they were making 6 times what I was making at
Wow.
companies that were the same size. So I'm just like, who the fool at this point? Like, it really made me feel foolish. And I couldn't get out of that for a while. Because I'm like, wait, even talking to my sisters, I'm like, what am, what am I doing? Like, I I can't even afford to live alone making this, and I'm doing the work of 8 people. I'm giving everything 8 hours a day. So much that you never even have to ask because I'm steps ahead of you, which is also how I do with my clients. I'm steps ahead. If I host your website, I'm managing it for you for a year. I'm keeping the spyware down. I'm managing your forums, the quality of your images, how fast your website loads, if your SEO is done properly. I'm doing all of that. And I was
I
doing
need you in my life, okay?
no, that's why I'm here. Help me, help me, help you. Like,
when I when you said you made $36,000 a year, you know what Martha Weaver said? You could see that little face because that's no money from the your workload. Wow,
and again,
girl. But I'm glad that you had the strength you had. I'm glad that you had somebody who helped you recognize your worth as
many
a
bodies.
yes. And you
Who were
had the
paying
strength to pull up yourself and said, I am going to do this because I am worth more than this. I am better than this. And I can do. Let me tell you, sometimes, most times, we do bad better. We do bad by ourselves being in our own business. Because when you're working for somebody, you have to be on the time clock, right?
attention.
But when you're working for yourself, you put in because you know where you're going. And like we talk, I talk back about that vision. You have a vision. So you know where you want to take your company.
Yeah.
I have a poem. Let me tell you a little piece of my poem, right? I'm going to tell just a little piece of my poem, but
You
I'm
know,
going to
I
ask
love
you a question
poetry.
while I find the poem, right?
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you another question. Um, what are some of the recent projects that you have had, that has had an impact on you?
Okay, so I'm gonna name drop. I just worked with a wonderful client named Makai who is releasing an empowerment brand next year, sports attire that is high end luxury.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so proud of him and his beautiful fiance. They
Wow.
came to me like, look, I feel like God put you in my path,
Mm-hmm.
and I want you to do what you do. And when I get to share that project with everyone, I would be very, very excited and proud
Oh
because
wow.
we were just 3 people with ambition and dream and a vision, and they collided so well. And
Mm.
I'm so excited for them. I'm
I
so
can understand that
yeah.
because you know your scope of your work,
Hmm.
and I'm sure there are certain things that get you excited just by hi Trevor, just by the method of creating something new, something different, something unique.
Especially a commerce site that has to function a certain way. Like they challenged me, and then it went so well they invited me to their wedding next year. So I'm
Wow.
like, I got new friends for real. Like that's the goal because you don't when you're an entrepreneur, you don't want too many acquaintances or friends that don't exist in your world. And again, no attack to anyone because people
Hmm.
like, so you don't want friends who are 9 to 5ers, and it's like,
That's not
oh
it.
no, that's not it at all. It's a different mentality for us and we need each other to thrive and survive. So
Yes.
we seek each other out and we try to befriend each other
You all
because
feed
we
on each
keep each other
other.
strong. Yeah,
Yeah.
each other mentally strong, and that's really important. Like
Yeah.
my friend Benji, I was, I'm gonna tell you something. I was so misdirected in my own energy that I almost got into life insurance. And my friend Benji's like, do you see how sad you've become in such a short time? It was like 2 days. And
Benji,
I,
Benji, look, look. Okay, Benji.
like, I
I'm
don't
giving you the both high fives.
guys, he's my Chinese tutor and I adore him.
Uh-huh.
Um, he was just like, no, stop. And my sister as well. She's like, stop, because this is not good. No. And I'm like, it was my fear of going down this path of I can't get a job. What if I can't get enough clients? You know, the natural fears. And I'm just like, my anxiety was so high. Yes,
Mhm.
Benji. That I was like, okay, maybe it's a sign because that was another event I didn't mean to go to. I
Mhm.
thought I was networking, and they were like, no, we just put the lingo like that so you'll come. And I said, oh, so you're deceptive. We have a
Okay.
problem now.
Mhm.
And I'm like, but my panic made me go down that road briefly, but I remedied that in 72 hours.
Let me tell you this. You have spoken like a true CEO. Okay? You have spoken because looking at you, you would not, you are very soft spoken, but at the same time, when you speak with force, you speak with firmness, and that's empowering. And I thank God for the people like Benji and Tanya who's in your corner and your sisters. And yes,
I have
I,
a great team. I really do. And they all know how to handle my different sides, which kind of go together really well, but they are all wonderful people and I love them.
let me read a verse from one of my poems. It's called Journey with Vision from my second book. Okay, it says, I'm going to read 4 and 5. Okay, and tell me what you got from it. Where you see yourself in this.
Okay.
4 says, as kings and queens on a treacherous journey, toiling hard for little to no money. For centuries, those before us have had to struggle so our generation can easier fight this battle. Comparing yourself to another is a deterrent. Believe in your capabilities, go the distance. Remain focused on whatever path your path is to prosperity. Not everyone will walk with you as a visionary. And I see so much of you in this.
I'm all throughout that. You
Yeah.
wrote it for me.
Yeah.
Seriously. Um, I identify with it fully
Yes.
because I am in that process. I had
Mm-hmm.
to let friends go. I had to let
Mm-hmm.
family go. Family that I grew up thinking we would hit it big together. Like I just knew we could prosper and it didn't work out that way. But then you meet people like Cindy and you're like, oh, that's why. Because I had to make room for this woman, this gorgeous woman who gives such good snuggles. And when I was crying at the place, she was like, you just got a lovely heart. And I said, but you have the heart and the strength. She's like, you strong too. And I'm like, so but
Thank you for that, sweetheart.
I'm
The heck,
serious. People like
yeah,
you come into my life. I'm just like, oh, life is making sense now. I could have met you if I was working that job still.
exactly.
We would
And
not
that's why
have.
it's important to network.
Yes.
Yes.
Even when you're tired and you want to get in the bed.
Yes. I want you to remember something that, but I'm going to say the first 2 lines of the verse 6 in the poem. Why do you doubt yourself on your full potential? Don't you know greatness is written in your name's initial? Veronica Davis. You are great. You are awesome. You just I'm just sitting there. What's she talking? I don't know what she's talking, but I'm feeling it because I don't know anything about web designing. I don't, but as at the age of 8 years old, you knew what you wanted and you went for it. You went for it. And now look at you, Veronica. You are doing amazing things. You have a powerful team behind you. And
Yes.
if you had stayed in that company and didn't discover yourself and didn't discover your full potential, sweetheart, you would have still been making $36,000 an hour. Just an hour? That would be great, right? $36,000 a year. And I'm sure you're making way more than that in your company. And let me tell you something, even if you're not making it right now, it's coming. You know why?
Steadily
Let me tell you.
now.
Let me tell you, speak it. Speak it into existence. Speak it. Okay? And I know you're working at it. And let me tell you, you are going to do such amazing things, Veronica, because I know you are dedicated to you are true as a person. Your heart is genuine. And when your heart is genuine, this is where the blessings come in. Rome was not built in a day. Those who are millionaires and billionaires now, it took them years to really build their empire and sit back and let people work for them,
Yeah.
girl. I'm going on that cruise in St. Lucia with you, whether you like it or not. We're going to St. Lucia, okay?
I'm looking forward to that day.
Yes, girl. We're going to be cruising, okay?
I want my yacht too, doggone
Girl, anything you want, you can make it happen.
it.
As long as your mind can perceive it, you can achieve it. So tell me, we're going to have a few more questions because I want to get the full essence of what you do. So I know you don't have any designs to show me, which I'm not happy about because I would want the people to see your work. And that's what I do here. I show people your work.
They can go on my website. It's in the gallery.
Okay, so people, listen to me. Go
Mhm.
on Veronica's website right now. Tell them again, is Vendi or is Vendi? I don't know if
Bendy. Mhm.
vendimedia.com.
Mhm.
You can go on there and look at some of our work. Maybe I should pull it up. Okay. But maybe they may not remember. So I may toggle their brain a little bit. Okay. So now I know when you generally start a business, you have setbacks, you have challenges. What was and you also there are advantages and disadvantages. Tell us some of the challenges you faced whilst when you needed to start your business. Tell us some of those challenges. Why am I biting my tongue? Oh,
Do I make you nervous, Cindy?
no, darling. I don't know. I'm just excited because you're here.
um, my challenge starting my company was self love, actually.
Hmm.
I was belittling my value,
Hmm.
and it was a struggle to formulate what I wanted the company to be.
Hmm.
Because when you leave a company where you have multiple hats, it's hard
Hmm.
to zero in. And I was just talking to a friend of mine about that too. Like, even what
Hmm.
you're seeing now is about to change because
Hmm.
I'm noticing more and more what my focus should be based on my clients. Because all the
Exactly.
people can I talk about other companies? I was very close to doing that.
Okay.
They're a major company, but they're a
Hmm.
website hosting company, and I despise them. And
Hmm.
my goal in life is to destroy them.
Ooh, girl. Tonya, did you hear your girl? Tanya, did you hear your girl? Benji, did you hear her? We're coming for them.
I when people tell me they're hosted with them, I'm like, no, just come to me. So that's why Vindy Media is about to have a slight makeover because
Uh-huh.
I'm going to move into website hosting more seriously. However, I got to get all the legal things taken care of first. So
Yes.
that's kind of like a yeah, Benji knows.
Mhm.
That's kind of
Wow.
like my goal for a 2024 relaunch.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. So Tammy said, strong words, get him. Tanya, she said, Cindy, that's beautiful, Cindy. Thank you so much. I love writing poetry. It takes me out of myself. I become another person.
Same. I have a poetry book that is not published yet, but
What you
I love
waiting for?
poetry. And what am I waiting for? I don't know what I'm waiting for.
What are
I
you waiting for?
2024, I guess. I just I feel like I'm in trouble now.
Yes, I'm gonna be at you. Mhm.
uh I just, I don't know. I don't know.
You'll do it.
I'll do it.
You'll do it. So I am going to show. I did pull up your website. So
Okay.
I'm going to show look at these people. Interior photography. Look at this. I can't even make out what it, but this is gorgeous. Graphic design, web design hosting. Wow. Oh, wow. Google Analytics.
Yeah.
Wow. Awesome.
And
That
then,
is,
like I said, they can see the some of my work, which is also being updated very soon under yeah, there you go.
wow. Oh, it's going everywhere. Okay.
Yeah, I do a little animation in there. I like getting
Yes.
fancy.
Oh, cool. Big League Girls League. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
But again, those are web design projects that I've done recently,
Yes.
photography. I also do rendering. Again, the hardest part for starting my company was figuring out the price tag associated and also where to find the right people. Because again, I'm from the luxury interior design sector, but I kept getting like dentists who wanted to work with me and
Uh-huh.
and who else? Lawyers? And I was just like, I don't speak that language. And they're like, but we love what you're doing. Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
People, would you look at that? You are phenomenal.
Oh, thank you, Cindy.
You're welcome. Oh my gosh, you make me
But
want to you make me want to decorate my apartment.
well, it's definitely finding leads who can pay what the value is, make the
Yes.
investment, and not question it. Because I've had people say, "Well, I love what you do, but not at that price," and I'm like, "Well, you have to move on. You have to go
Yeah,
somewhere." And I've
because
had many people come back and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, never mind." And I'm like, "Yes, because I'm giving you way more than what you think, and I made sure I could put that into words."
and what they would not get anywhere else.
Hmm.
Your work is unique though. It is unique. Wow.
I really enjoy what I do and I like making people's lives easier. So when you work with me, there's no anxiety. You don't feel like you don't know where your money's going. You don't feel like you're in the hands of someone taking advantage of you because you're not.
Mm-hmm.
And also, if you have questions, I will always answer them. The biggest thing I tell people is I will not blindly take you through this journey. I will tell you everything. And then you take that knowledge and insight and you apply it on your own, or you can stay with me for a year. Because what I offer when we do a web design package is I'll say, hey, I can host you for a year. I could walk you through this. I can teach you this. I'll be your educator, but know that there are certain things I won't say because I still have to be valuable to you. So, but I will educate you overall.
Yeah, you can't give them everything at one
Right.
time. It has to be gradual. Wow.
Yeah.
Veronica, I know you were amazing. I know you were amazing. You were just this quiet little person standing, just looking at everybody. But I know when people are quiet like this, they're very strong thinkers. They think they observe. Yeah.
I think a lot. I think a lot too much. And again, I have wonderful people on my side who help me with that.
Yes.
Like Tanya, who will say, "Stop thinking, come play this game," or she'll send me something funny because she knows I'm in my head all day, and I appreciate stuff like that.
So what are some of the oh my god, my mind just went blank. What are some of the what are some of the rewards that you've seen from having your own company?
Other than the basic time freedom things, it's
Mm-hmm.
been really great to, as you'll see if you go on Google and you look at my reviews, to see people genuinely happy like that. That is what little me always wanted. And I ain't
Mm-hmm.
gonna cry. I said I'm not gonna cry on here. I get excited because I don't want to cry. I get really excited to make people happy.
And that's okay because you love what you do. You love what you do. And that's important to love and to have a passion for what you do, because then you get the satisfaction of knowing you've given it your all, you've given it, you genuine, you honest, and you're giving it your best. When they get is top notch. This is top notch what you have in there.
Thank you.
Yes, but don't be shy. It's, this is a place where I've had grown men cry on my show. Okay.
They'll be like, I'm a bear, but I'm finna cry.
Yes.
I just people get taken advantage of everywhere in this world,
Yes.
especially. And I love you too.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Um, and I like being a safe place for people. I
Mm-hmm.
also love that they will tell me about their life because they
Mm-hmm.
feel safe. And
Yes.
I get to use that weird wisdom that I have, that I've always had, because my soul is very old and they can see that. So they know you're not just getting a website or a brochure or help with your Google Analytics. You're getting someone who also has spiritual insight, but isn't going to direct your life. It's just going to try to support you and make you feel better about your circumstances. Because
Mm-hmm.
when you're with me, I want you to feel good.
Awesome. And it is not weird wisdom. It is just wisdom.
Yeah.
Wisdom. There's
Words of
nothing weird about being wise.
no, it's a blessing actually.
Yes. Yes. She said her soul is very old.
Oh, it's ancient. It's been here. I've known too much since I was little. Like my sisters and my mother would say, "Why do
Uh-huh.
you know things? You've done nothing yet." And I'm just
Mhm.
like, because I've been here. Accept it.
You are very observant.
Hmm.
And when people are observant, they will take a minute before they talk.
Yeah,
They will observe things and they will just sit back and watch
yeah.
and analyze it in their head.
It makes us great writers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, how
And
do
it
you know I
also
was speaking
teaches us
about?
from certain mistakes. We just like,
Yes.
I saw you. I ain't doing that.
Yes. So Tanya says her brain is always plotting. Plotting? Okay. Yes, that's
Yeah.
awesome. And we love you, Veronica. So yeah, it's okay to cry here. Okay. That's a
Yeah.
space where you can be open and just be open and just be you. You don't
Hmm.
have to be like, what? Should I answer this? Should I? Yeah, I like to make people feel happy. But
Hmm.
most importantly, I like when I see the potential in people, when I see people like you who are hardworking, ambitious, and you have something amazing and phenomenal and great to offer the world, and people are taking advantage of that. That's not cool.
Nah, that ain't cool.
That is not cool. And so you have found your power, you have found your strength, and you have an amazing vision. And I have every confidence that you just beginning, honey. This is just the beginning for you. Just now I'm gonna, oh, is that my friend over there? She got two companies now. Awesome.
I do actually have a hidden company, which
You
I'll
do.
announce next year. Yeah.
Okay,
I've been
awesome.
working very hard, but quietly, because you can't tell everybody everything.
True, true, true,
Because
true.
that's how you get caught up. They're like, wait,
Yes.
you're doing what? And I'm like, look, God wouldn't let me get a regular job. So I
Uh,
had to push harder in a
yes.
different arena
And
because,
a lot of times people don't understand that you have goals, and so you want to be able to reach those goals.
yeah.
And so you have to work hard, and you have to work smart as well.
Hmm.
Smarter. Yes. And like you said, I love the fact, and people keep saying that you do not tell everything. You have to keep things to yourself, because when people start to know things, your plans and what you're doing, then they're going to try to derail it. They
Hmm.
are going to try to derail it, you know?
Even
So,
if it's unintentional, because they'll say things that to you seem underhanded, but that's just the limiting beliefs they have,
yes.
or as far as they can see, because you have different minds. And when you can't honor that, you take
Mm-hmm.
it too personally. And I'm someone who used to take a lot personally.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I know that side of things. And I know
Mm-hmm.
what I should and shouldn't say at this point, because you have to protect what you're doing.
Exactly. And I was learning, I went to a short class about, let me get my mind right, trademarking.
Hmm.
And
Really important.
I was blown away to see how easy it is for somebody to just take away your life's work
Hmm.
if your
And make you
business
have
is
done it.
not trademarked.
Hmm. My company, I tried to trademark the name, and someone
Mhm.
else was trying to trademark it at the same time. So I
Wow.
was like, nope. So I'll have to revisit that soon.
Mhm, mhm. It is
But if you look
important
it up, it
because
does have my name on it now.
yes, it is important because I never understood what that really meant, but when I took that short hour class,
Hmm.
we we need to trademark our business because people who they will let you come up with the idea. Like you have a wonderful thing going there. You have Vendi, right? I keep saying right. Vendi Media. People love that. They let you do all the work and they take it away from you. And there's and at sometimes there's nothing you can do about it but to start all over again.
Yeah. I always
Yes.
tell people when I come across them, especially like because you see a lot of people really trying everything on TikTok. I leave them
Mm-hmm.
a comment. I'm like, look, you see what Sephora has done to people, taking their ideas and profit
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
they know that you don't have the money to fight
Mm-hmm.
them back.
Yes.
That trademark your stuff so you have something to stand on.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you will cry later.
Yes. Yes.
Especially on Etsy too, I've seen many companies get their things duplicated out through like Ari and stuff. It's not
Mm-hmm.
good. It's not
Yeah.
good.
No. But I'm glad that you're taking a step forward in doing that because I would hate to hear my sister in a situation. And let me tell you, Veronica, you are such a sweet soul. And then there's a word I'm trying to describe. It's in my head, but it's not coming. It's going
Hmm.
to come probably before the show is
He'll,
over.
he'll text me later and he'll be like, "This was the word."
Yes,
I'll
yes.
tell my people what the word was.
Yes, so natural vibes essential. Let me say hello to some of our guests, okay? That just came in.
Hmm.
We have Trevor. Well, I said hello to Trevor Felician. Oh, somebody gave me some stars. Thank you so much. And Sean Flavius is watching. Levon Johnny is watching. She's also a poet and author. Also,
Oh,
we have Ninfia Emmanuel is watching. Natural Vibes Essential. That's my cousin. Ooh,
hey
ooh.
cousin, we friends now
Sweetie.
too. I'm collecting them all.
Yes, you can. Oh, my cousins. Okay, that's fine. You can have all of them. Yes, and we have
You gotta share.
yes. What's that?
You gotta share. Those
Oh
are the
yes, I can share. You know, I can share all my cousins. They'll be your cousins as well. Okay, and Jason Lionel is watching. Yes, so it's just amazing how far you've come from that 2019, and I'm glad that you took your business serious because if you are going to embark on something and you're going to put your time in there, you need to take it seriously because time wasted, you can never get it back.
Hmm.
You can never get it back.
Hmm.
So I'm glad that at 8 years old you decided I want to do web designing, and
Web
I want,
design and novel writing. All
yes.
the
And
three
so
things.
let me tell you, Shawana is watching. Hi, Shawana.
Hi,
Listen,
Shawana.
yes, you are Jackie of all trades. This is a club. This is an invisible club that I have. Come on, the ladies who did so many things.
You gotta
Jackie of
make a shirt.
yes, but most importantly, Veronica, you are very inspiring. You're very. You could have allowed what the discrimination that you face as a black person. You could have allowed that to break you, but you surrounded yourself with like minds like yourself. You took the advice. You took the mentor, and it is important that we do that. We can never know everything, and when
True.
we meet people who are genuine and want to teach us, we have got to put, even if we are prideful, we got to put that pride down and take that advice and take that counsel and take that feedback. I always tell people, I love for people to give me be constructive criticism and feedback so
Hmm.
that I know where I am going wrong. And if you did not do that today, you wouldn't have your business. You wouldn't fly with it. Steve Harvey said something. He said, he has a book written called Jump. And I think that's one of the things that one of the books that I read, and it really helped me to take the leap into what I wanted to do. He told you, even if you jump, when you jump, you're not gonna know how you're going to land, but somehow you're gonna figure it out. Okay, when you
Hmm.
get there, I don't how you gonna land, what you gonna do when you land. If you're just gonna fall and don't get up again, but you are going to figure it out. Okay,
My
but
biggest
that,
thing.
go ahead, go ahead.
Mhm. My biggest thing is I want to make myself proud and keep myself proud. And my ancestors didn't go what through what they went through for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I won't waste it. That's my biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
Even with people who in 2023 are still deeply racist and ignorant, I
Mm-hmm.
won't allow that to deter me.
Yes.
I want to do something that matters in this world, and I know I can do that through my company.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yes. When I see beautiful black sisters like you just standing up and to take the lead in your life and to take control of your life, it empowers me to continue to empower others to
Yeah.
do their best and to promote ladies and to promote people so that we have been dealt a very bad spoon, a bad one and a hot one too.
Systematically.
Yes. And so we have got to rise out of that. We are very strong, resilient people, and we need to know our strength, know where we came from, and know we are just no, we are not mediocre. We are kings and queens, and we have potential like everybody else to reach where we want to go. And we are going to get a lot of fight done, but we can make it. Keep focus, Veronica. Keep focus and
Oh,
keep inspiring.
I got
Keep inspiring.
this.
Keep inspiring. And I wanted to ask you one more thing.
Hmm.
So, what are some of the feedbacks? And this is my last question to you before I ask you about the food. What are some of the feedbacks that you've gotten from your clients? I know you told us about your Google reviews, but tell us right here, what are some of the feedbacks, negative feedbacks you've gotten, and what are some of the positive ones that you've gotten?
Strange as it is, I have not gotten any negative ones yet. Um, um, but because I'm my own critic, I'm always trying to improve on my own timeliness. So when I get negative ones, I will tell you what they are. But for now, it's been none, and I'm grateful for that because I
Oh.
do try to, like I said, keep people happy and deliver nothing late. Again, you get your schedule. Um, the the only issue though that I've had is I'm gonna say the name now was when I was working with GoDaddy
Mm-hmm.
and
Wow.
they were restricting my access to the back end, which made it appear like a mistake was made on my part, but it
Mm-hmm.
was not. So
Mm-hmm.
again, it's just being transparent and allowing the client to see that you are so right. I will not bring negativity to my business. Uh, it was letting the client see though that that was GoDaddy because they had the chat history.
Mm-hmm.
I don't play games.
I like that. I like that attitude. Natural Vibes Essential said, pressure build diamond. Embrace the pressure and soar. I leave you all with that. Veronica, what is your favorite food?
Yeah. Does it have to be like food? Food? Can it be dessert?
No.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say sweet potato pie. Um,
Okay, you think about it later if you want to and tell me.
I,
If you
I
don't.
just gonna, I was gonna say it's like it's sushi.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's my favorite food. Like
That's
most
fine.
of them.
Listen, everybody has a choice. Listen, Veronica, it has been such a pleasure speaking with you. It has been enlightening, it has been inspiring, and I'm sure that the viewers are going to take something away from your experience and your rise to your own prosperity. I like to say that because your prosperity is not anybody else's but yours. You have a right to go where you want to go, to build what you want to build, and not let anybody hold you back. She said, I was wondering what took you so long. It says shoes. Don't let
Definitely.
anybody don't let anybody hold you back, Veronica. The
Um,
sky is the limit. You may even cross over the clouds and say, "Oh my gosh, I can't see down there anymore."
but I
But
got Cindy with me.
yeah, I'm gonna be, whenever I get connected with somebody, I do not just leave them on the wayside. And I always say that. I always promote my viewers, and I always tell my viewers, the people and my guests who have been on the show, I tell them whatever you have. I am not going to just bring you here and then don't hear from me. I will promote your work.
Oh.
Yes,
I'm
send
like
me
that with my
something.
clients.
Yeah,
They'll be
send me
like,
something.
yeah. They'll be like, it's been like no one follows up. It's been
Yeah,
months. It's been a year. I'm like, I follow up because I care about you.
yes,
And if you have
yes,
questions, I want to answer them so you can be educated when you deal with
yes.
someone else if you so choose. Like, I'm here to help, not take advantage of you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And like I told this guy on my on this interview that I had, I am here to serve and not to be served. And that's important. You
Hmm.
here to serve and not to be served. And when you give of yourself, you get more back in return.
Very true.
Les Brown said in one of his speeches, he said, if you are going to fall, fall on your back, because if you look up, you can get up. Veronica, you fell, but you did not stay down. You looked up, you saw your worth, and you building an empire, and you are a great asset is not the word I want to use, but you're a great example to women who do not want to take that step and that leap into their future. Okay, so thank you so much for being who you are. Thank you so much for being so graceful and so calm and mild spirited, and at the same time be firm. I love you.
I love
There
you.
are no tap outs in life. That's my slogan. This show is I don't know what, I forget the term they use for it, but the one probably is the slogan for the show. Let your voice be heard. Let your voice be heard. Failure should never be your finality. Okay. I love you so much. And until next time, have an awesome night. And before when we leave, just stay right on here. We're gonna talk a bit later. So to my viewers, I want to say thank you so much for being such a great sport. I love you for always being on Poetry and Perspective with Placide. This is Veronica and Davis, owner of Vendi Media LLC, and I met her in Chicago when I went to talk to speak with
Thank
someone about
you.
domestic violence. Thank you so much to my viewers. I love you all and have an awesome night. Good night.